Hello and welcome back to another BlizzCon Q&A video. This time it's going to be about the solo PvE that we're going to find in the next expansion. And by solo PvE I mean things like, say, endgame quest content, that kind of thing. Basically anything that's not dungeons or raids or PvP. So, for Warlords of Draenor there will be a legendary questline that is similar, that rewards something similar to the Cape, but there is also a legendary which is a little bit more exclusive. I find that really interesting actually. The Cape's nice to have as a baseline thing that everyone can enjoy near the end of the expansion or whatever, but it's nice that there's something a little bit more exclusive for people who are willing to put in the effort. I think this is great because it marries the appeal of both the old school legendaries and the more, well, I suppose the more widely attainable version of legendaries that we saw in Mists of Pandaria. Also, the questline, they said it'll be a little bit custom to your class to help with the lack of class quests, and they said that actually class quests are very resource intensive, so they might only have one or two of them in Warlords of Draenor. They did mention that it perhaps might be a shaman, so if you are a shaman, that's very good. Honestly, as a hunter, well, I'd love to go and do some hunter quests. And I know the Hunter old, vanilla quest was supposedly really epic, and I'd love to have something similar to that again. I think it would just be nice if everyone can have a class quest, really. At least Warlocks got their green fire, and it seemed like Warlocks really did enjoy that content. They also said that adding dynamic content to the old world would be nice, but really, it just isn't a good use of time. And this is absolutely true. At the end of the day, every day that they make old content, they revamp and make dynamic content for it, that's a day that they're not making content for Warlords of Draenor. Also bear in mind that patch 5.5 was actually scrapped so they could get Warlords of Draenor out the door quicker, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that that won't happen. Also, when they were talking about, this is actually very interesting, they were talking about the Dark Portal and basically how we get to regular Outland and how we get to Draenor. So what happens is the Dark Portal will turn red, and that cuts us off from regular Outland, meaning that when we go through the Dark Portal, it will take us back in time to Garrosh's timeline, this new timeline that he's either created or been dropped into, whatever sort of lore reason they really figure out for doing that. As for getting to normal Outland, well, they're not sure yet. I think that they said that it might be the sort of thing that if you're max level, that you only get to go to Outland via the Caverns of Time. There's like a new portal in there. Honestly, the way I would do it is that at max level, the Dark Portal takes you through to, the Dark Portal takes you through to Draenor, and then there's a portal in the Caverns of Time which will take you either to... See, I want them to keep that experience of going through the Dark Portal and then coming out in Hellfire. So maybe there could be a portal to, like, a previous version of... like a little instance thing of the Burning Steps or whatever, so that we could at least have that going through the Dark Portal experience. Because I know actually that whole going through the Dark Portal, stepping through and coming out in this expansive wasteland, it was a very cool moment back in Burning Crusade, so it would be nice if they sort of preserved that. Now for patch, just for content in general, they said that the patch 5.1 storyline combined with Timeless Isles exploration style content is what we should expect to see for max level content throughout the expansion, and I'm pretty sure this is going to include whatever the hell's going on in Netherstorm because they didn't actually reveal what's there. Now, what's interesting to me is that they did say that they liked the Timeless Isles, but they agreed with a lot of players that they could have done with a little bit more structure. So perhaps that structure might come in the form of the patch 5.1 style storyline thing. And when I say patch 5.1 storyline style, I mean a story that maybe there's a new quest every few days or something like that. And then that's married along with some cool content. Now, one of the things with the Timeless Isles is that it was very, very, very open-end in terms of it's not like you're even fighting something. Perhaps if one of the new zones was a massive staging area for one of these Warlords of Draenor, and the content is, it's like their army and you're actively doing things as if you were a soldier, maybe, as if you were like a sergeant or leading a squad or something cool. So yeah, when I say Sergeant leading a squad, I more mean you're your own free agent to go and try and affect this battle in what way you see fit. I think that would be really cool. Overall, I'm actually feeling very positive about what solo PvE is going to be like. Now, they also said that at level 100, the reason they chose level 100 is because they felt it would feel a little bit better to players than level 95. Previously, players needed a new ability at every single level, which limited the number of levels that could be added. And now with the spell upgrade system, where the previous spells that you have will be upgraded either in a flat percentage based way or in a completely augmented sort of way, that means that they can stretch it out to the 10 levels. But more importantly, they said that the leveling in Warlords of Draenor will be, and I quote, a fun, fast-paced romp through zones. Basically, the team is backing off the idea of leveling being an ultra-long grind, and they're going to have loads of different zones. Now, by the sounds of this, there's 7 zones in Draenor, okay? And if leveling is going to be a fun, fast-paced romp, then perhaps that means that you will be able to, say, hit max level within maybe 4 or 5 zones. Now, that's really nice for alting, in that you can have multiple ways to experience the content. Overall, though, I'm feeling very positive about the leveling experience. I like the way that they're going to be having... like, every zone has its own, a main story that's going through it, but also there's tons of optional side quests and things. A little bit like it was a more traditional RPG, and in my head, a little bit more like the way things worked in Dragonblight, which is one of my favorite zones in Wrath of the Lich King. But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. The channel will have loads and loads of Warlords of Draenor content throughout the next week, month, whatever. I'll keep it up. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.